Hi, I'm Courtney, and this is my friend Sarah. We've been friends for 14 years. For the first 10 years of Sarah's life, she was healthy. We were together all the time. She was so funny and made everyone happy who was around her. She worked hard in school, but really loved the social part most of all. Sarah had tons of friends at school. She was involved in student body activities and took advantage of every extracurricular activity that she could. Sarah and I started dancing together at the age of 3. We also played softball together. Sarah went on to play travel softball with her aunt and dad's softball club. She played in 2 World Series tournaments. She could play any position, but liked pitching and first base the most. Sarah also played travel soccer. She played goalie a lot of the time. She wasn't afraid of anything. She was also very involved in church. She and I did several talent shows together at church. We loved worshiping together, taking care of the younger kids, and sharing our love for God with others. Sometimes we did get into a little trouble, but we don't need to talk about that. Then, when Sarah was 10 years old, she became very sick. They admitted her into our local hospital, and then when she wasn't getting any better, they sent a hospital plane to pick her up and take her to UCSF, where they admitted her into the ICU. I was scared. I did not want to lose my best friend. So many people began praying all over the world. And guess what? She got better. Well, most of her anyway. My friends and I want to help you understand what happened next to Sarah. This is called dysautonomia. Most people, including doctors, don't know what it is. Sarah and her mom and a group of friends with dysautonomia are trying to spread awareness. Today we are going to try to entertain you while showing you what dysautonomia does to a person. We want to help Sarah's friends and family understand what she goes through in a typical day. We also want to connect with other young people who are suffering from dysautonomia and let them know that they're not alone. Dysautonomia is the failure or dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system. Did you know you had an autonomic nervous system? Well, neither did Sarah until hers quit working. The autonomic nervous system controls everything that happens in your body that you don't think about. It is truly the control center of the body. Let me introduce you to the autonomic nervous system.
Hello, my name is Haley, and I am Sarah's autonomic nervous system. When she got so sick, I didn't know what to do. She had machines helping her breathe and other people's blood running through her veins. Her organs were bleeding and they were screaming at me for help. I just became so overwhelmed, I shut down. As Sarah got better, I didn't. And now she has dysautonomia. That means that I don't work right. I forget to control things, and sometimes I even go crazy and over-control them. Every once in a while, I'll make good choices, and Sarah will have a good day. But for the most part, I'm a mess. Maybe in 20 years, doctors will be able to reboot me or even replace me. But for now, Sarah's stuck with me. I want to show you some of the things that I'm supposed to do so that you will know how messed up I really am.
Hi, my name is Cassandra and I'm Sarah's heart. I am beautiful and strong. I do everything I'm supposed to do. I represent love and everyone knows who I am and wishes to be me. I have never given Sarah anything to be mad about. Well, in the past 3 years, the autonomic nervous system sends me bad signals and makes me do things that I don't want to do. I want to make this clear that I am not the problem. It's all her fault. Let me give you some examples. When Sarah stands, the autonomic nervous system is supposed to tell the blood vessels in Sarah's leg to constrict and tighten. But Sarah's blood vessels don't constrict, and so gravity does its job, and all the blood stays in Sarah's bottom half. And before too long, I can't get enough blood. I begin to pump harder and harder and harder, trying to get the blood to come back to me. My pulse goes up quickly and dangerously. My blood pressure drops when the blood can't flow right. Now Sarah's brain can't get enough blood either. She begins to feel lightheaded and her head starts to burn, crying out for help. She begins to get dizzy. One of 2 things will happen at this point. She will either get enough time to lie down and get the blood back to her heart and brain, or she will pass out. Passing out is the body's way of saying, get flat now. This scenario is called POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome.
Hi, my name is Courtney. Now that I'm here, let me tell you why I am so angry at the autonomic nervous system. I am very healthy, maybe not as conceited, but healthy just the same. Until the autonomic nervous system starts messing around. You saw what happened to me when Sarah stood up. I hate when she stands up. One of my duties is to control Sarah's body temperature. The autonomic nervous system tells me when it's time to release heat, sweat, and store heat.
I don't know what happened to those controls, but they got really messed up. Like, it'll be 100 degrees, and she's freezing, wearing a sweatshirt. Or it'll be 55 degrees, and she's on fire. I also give really bad signals on when it's time to sweat.
I get the signal to sweat, and then I get it again, and again, and then I get it again. I have to do what the autonomic nervous system tells me to. I feel terrible. I'm very smart, and you know, I can tell when it's winter and the temperature is 55 outside, but I can't stop until the autonomic nervous system tells me to. Stop! One of the symptoms that Sarah hates the most happens to me. When I don't get enough blood pumping through me, I get sick. People with dysautonomia call it brain fog. It affects my short-term memory, making me forget what I'm saying at the moment I am saying it.
Have you guys heard that joke about the chicken and the light bulb? The chicken and yeah, well, never mind.
Sarah says she feels fuzzy in the head. For example, if she tries to read a book, she will not be able to remember what she reads, or she will be having a conversation. It goes something like this.
Have you guys heard of that band, One Direction? They're just so super, oh, what's the word? I can't
Hot!
There we go. Speaking of hot, I haven't finished yet. I want to talk more about what happens to me. Brain, go sit down. Have you ever heard of a heart arrhythmia? Well, I hope not. You shouldn't be having any, and neither should I. But sometimes the autonomic nervous system sends me a signal that tells me that my heartbeat is messed up. I should sound like this, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. But instead I sound like this, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Sarah feels like she has a butterfly in her chest, and I get really scared. So sometimes I hurt. And I send Sarah a pain message to let her know that the autonomic nervous system is not being cool. Sometimes I think the autonomic nervous system takes revenge by shutting off my circulation. The arteries and the veins are my buddies. I need them to carry the blood to keep me happy. Do you do this on purpose, or are you just really that screwed up? The veins aren't carrying the blood right. Sarah begins to lose feeling in her fingers, toes, and nose. It gets tingly and sometimes starts to turn blue.
Blue shmoo, quit your whining. God put me at the top of the body because I'm the most important. Where was I? Oh yeah, this stupid autonomic nervous system. When it's functioning correctly, I can take in a lot of stimulus and process it easily. If a room goes from dark to light, I can quickly adjust to those changes. However, when the autonomic nervous system is dysfunctional, it causes me to be hypersensitive to sensory stimulation. This can cause a seizure. During a seizure, I completely shut down. Sarah's body goes limp and she's unable to connect or communicate with the real world. When she comes to, she can't remember any of it and is very sleepy and confused.
Have you forgotten about me? My name is Spence, and I am Sarah's stomach. I am Sarah's
biggest nightmare.
Well, not me, really, but the part of me that's controlled by the autonomic nervous system.
Why is everyone so mean to me? It's not my fault.
Well, actually, it is. It's your responsibility to tell me when to digest the PB&J sandwich that Sarah ate for lunch. When you don't tell me to digest it, it just sits there. And when it just sits there, it causes me a lot of pain.
So, just digest it yourself.
God designed you to do that. It is your job. When the food doesn't digest, it causes Sarah to feel bloated and be nauseous. Sometimes she even throws up. That stresses me out. I'm supposed to be making sure things run smoothly and Sara gets all the nutrients she needs.
You should tell them that it's your fault when all of her hair falls out.
It's not my fault. We have already established that everything is the ANS's fault. If I can't digest food, I can't get Sara the nutrients she needs to keep her hair healthy. Her hair has a bad attitude when it isn't fed. It just gives up and falls out.
This is my friend. We hang out a lot.
So what are you guys doing?
We are talking about the things that have gone wrong since the autonomic nervous system quit working on us.
Oh, you mean the way that she sends an elephant to sit on my chest so I can't even breathe?
Yeah, at least
That's what it feels like.
yeah, because I could pick up an elephant.
Did someone say elephant? I'm scared to death of elephants.
You might be the most screwed up of us all.
Screwed up? What about you or any of you? Oh no, did you see that? Someone's following me. Oh, did you see that? Help!
And now you've made things hard for all of us.
I can't help it. I know that I'm only supposed to fire adrenaline when Sara is in danger or in a bad situation, but that can help save her life sometimes. You know those times when you get caught doing something bad and you get that funny feeling in your stomach? Yeah, that's adrenaline. It's powerful and it can help you pick up a car or jump over a really tall fence if you need to. It also warns you when someone creepy is following you, and it gives you that sense of danger.
Yeah, well, for the past 3 years, the autonomic nervous system has been out of control with the adrenaline fires. Fires when it's appropriate, fires when it's inappropriate, and fires, or should I say misfires, over and over and over and over
Until she's lost her mind. Sara can't shut down at night to go to sleep because that's what the autonomic nervous system thinks about for the misfires. And Sara's anxiety level can be off the charts over something that isn't even there.
Elephant!
Dummy, the elephant's on my chest, remember?
Thank goodness for that pill that Sara takes at night to keep her adrenaline quiet so that way she can try to get some sleep. Many nights the adrenaline is bigger and stronger than the pill. It's exhausting.
Yeah, well, I haven't even digested anything today, and I am very, very exhausted.
You haven't even mentioned the body aches and weakness and extreme fatigue Sara feels every day. Or how her eyes are always dilated, and how her cheeks always turn beet red for no reason at all.
All this commotion is giving her a migraine. She's seeing spots and needs to get into a dark, quiet place where the autonomic nervous system can't find her. Migraines are a regular part of dysautonomia.
I suppose throwing things at the autonomic nervous system won't help any. I guess we just have to forgive her and support Sara the best way we can.
Yes, after all, I am in charge of love. We all must love each other, and we must all remember that the heart is the most important organ and should be cherished like no other. It is beautiful and talented and elegant and...
We go through this on a daily basis.
Yes, for the most part. Some days are better than others. It really depends on which side the autonomic nervous system wakes up on the bed.
Well, after this, I can certainly understand why you have trouble walking, going to school, making it to church, or hanging out at the mall. It must be really frustrating for you to want to do so many things and not have the body that supports it.
It is true. Life is different than it was 3 years ago and much harder, but God is with me every day and He gets me through it. He has a plan for me that I don't quite understand right now, but I will someday.
We love you, Sara!
Bye.